Drea Michelle gives birth, and women like her give birth to children that repeat the cycle. I wanted to come on here and not only talk about physical birth, I wanted to talk about the symbol of birth itself and how situations like Drea's comes about where there's negative consequences or negative things that will be birthed out of a similar situation like hers. And so, for those of y'all that don't or know or aren't familiar with Drea Michelle, she's a person who stars on the show Basketball Wives, and she's a model. So I don't want to come on here and just talk about Drea Michelle, and I don't want to just focus on her and bash her or anything like that. I don't know her, but I just wanted to come on here and just talk about different things about the whole situation. So I'm gonna just reposition, myself right quick. And I was looking at, some videos where different people talked about, Drea and everything, and the whole situation about how she's pregnant by Jalen Green, who is a NBA player. And different people have said different things about this whole situation. And um, you know I was thinking, because there's like this big age gap. I'm not gonna talk about that. There's enough videos and comments online about that. And I'm pretty sure she's had comments made, to her about it. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and just talk about how, you know, there was an interview that she did. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other women that have made similar comments that she's made and whatnot. But there's an interview where she talks about how she's not traditional, and that if the person asked her, hey, would you like any more children? And she said, yes, she said, and I'm not traditional. She's like, if the person wants a child, she said, I figure if person wants a child, I want a child, we should have a child, we can co-parent, and they can just raise the child as co-parents. And so, I was, thinking, it's good to have, the father and the mother in the home and that they're married and everything. I titled this video, Drea Michelle gives birth and like other women. And then I put in quotations, her hair and the looks, because in society, of course, men are driven by looks, and they're driven by, how women looks primarily. They're driven by that. So I was thinking, you know, there's a lot of men, they may not think about, oh, having a future with a person. They're so driven by the looks, and they might not even think about like marriage or anything like that. They might say, oh, she looks good, and they might get into a relationship with this woman, and they might have a child with her, and the man, he may not, take care of the child or whatever. I'm gonna give an example. I know I've had like friends that are they've been in relationships and haven't did not take the traditional route. What I'm saying. They haven't taken the traditional route. They had their children, and the man, they're not in the picture. In the child's life, and they might co-parent for a little bit. And when I say a little bit, guys, they might co-parent for maybe the first year of the child's life, and they might pay a little child support, but that's it. After the first year, they're gone or whatever. And I was thinking today, guys, I was like, I think we as a society should teach men, as when they're children, when they're little boys, hey, we should stress like the importance of marriage, the importance of sticking together, the importance of loving a woman, being committed to her, um, marriage and everything, and we can do that as a society by teaching young boys, or when they're teenagers, hey, this is what you look for in a wife. These are like the qualities. This is also like, what values does she have? Does her values line up with your values? And I know, different people have different values. Some people stress, they want their children to have like the top education. Also, I know some people, when they get together or they're in relationships, they might not talk about, oh, how are you going to discipline your child? How are you going to raise your child when you do have that child? A lot of times in society, especially now, what, in 2024, I'm pretty sure it's going to be in 2025, in the year of 2026 also, and beyond. There's going to be people raising their children different ways. Also, like when people meet each other, they just get in a relationship. The woman, she may become pregnant. They're not married, and it's kind of like, okay, we'll just figure it out as we go. They don't talk about raising the child, how they want to raise the child. They don't talk about whether, like, say for instance, if the woman is pregnant with a girl, and I know Drea, she had mentioned in her pregnancy announcement that she'll be a girl mom. Let's say, just giving her example, how are you going to raise this young lady, and what qualities she should be looking for in like a husband. Then also qualities of like having a good character. And then the boys, when you have boys and when they grow up as men, how are you going to raise them as men? You know, um, what characters are you going to have? Are you going to, have them to men, as far as men, treat women right, being helpful, being a provider, also, being compassionate, having the qualities of compassion, and, that sort of thing. I think a lot of people, they don't think about things like that. And I wrote down some notes here. And like I said, I talked about values, benefit of the child and everything. And I was thinking, I was like, okay, giving birth to, there's a possibility if you just not thinking, like, you get with a person, your relationship, and the woman, she becomes pregnant, you don't think about the possibility of giving birth to like a future dysfunctional family, because that particular child doesn't know any better about having a good functional family, there's a good possibility that that child can be confused. A child can be, like I said, you can birth a child that repeats the cycle. And I know with myself, I didn't have my biological father in the picture, and I used to think, oh, why did he leave my mother? Why was he like this? I had never met, this man ever. Never met my biological dad. But there's like some things that we need to think about, like as a society, how people are raised and their influences and that sort of thing. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that because there's a lot of buzz about Drea Michelle and everything, and you know she may have like the perfect, you know the perfect aesthetic, how she look, the perfect hair, the perfect skin, the perfect body, um but not just men, women too, they look at looks. You have to look more than just looks when you're like picking, a partner or a life partner, a person that you want to marry. A lot of people, they don't look into like the future. Some of them don't even look into the future. Maybe like a week from now, they like, oh, now, like instant gratification when it comes to relationships and intimacy and that sort of thing. There. That's why we have like a lot of like fatherless homes, because that sort of thing. But y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all think of the whole situation, and yeah, it's quite interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and just talk about that, and um, you know, just just a lot of things that's been going on in like society and with the whole like baby mama culture. I know I did a video on that before, and you know, and it's you just think about it, and it's kind of sad, and different people have different opinions about families, and there's people that say, oh, marriage ain't important, marriage is just a piece of paper, marriage is this and that and that. And I know I posted in the previous videos talking about this, but yeah, y'all go check out those videos, and I hope y'all have like a great week. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I'll talk to y'all later.